Hi, I'm Rachel Sheldrick from the Workshop Whisperer, and we help auto repair shop owners to achieve business success. Today, our topic is sabotage. It's something that every single one of us suffers from in one way or another, but today I'm going to give you some tips on how to overcome it so that you're not the one holding your auto repair shop back. Okay, so today we're talking about sabotage, particularly self-sabotage. Why? Because often when we speak with our incoming clients into our high-level coaching and mentoring program, The Engine Room, one of the biggest blocks that they have is that they keep sabotaging their efforts. Now, self-sabotage can look differently for each different person. So today I'm going to cover off how sabotage may turn up for some of you, but also how to flip your mindset around some of your sabotage events so that you can actually move forward. So sabotage comes in different forms. So a couple of those forms might be self-sabotage in the way of you putting too much on your plate with not ever a hope of ticking everything off. And this makes you feel like a failure. Is that something that you do? I want you to stop and reflect about that now. Another form of self-sabotage may come through argument and constant argument. Are you that person that is always challenging, always looking for holes in things? Because if you do, you prove your train of thought correct. What do I mean by that? Well, sometimes we have the opinion that something that is offered to us is just going to fail. So we look for holes in something to prove ourselves right. Sometimes we have coaching clients that start off with us in that frame of mind. Oh, this isn't going to work for me and I'm going to prove it right. Well, guess what? Sometimes they get exactly what they wanted and they sabotage the opportunity that they had to do great work, to put steps and strategies in place to transform their business. But they basically cut off their nose to spite their face and they gave up the opportunity to do the work that would have helped transform their auto repair shop into a successful business. Now, this type of sabotage can also show up in your relationships with your significant other, with your children, and with friendships. So are you that person that is always looking for something bad in somebody else because you want to prove to yourself that no one can be trusted or no one can be relied upon? Do you do that with your team members? So you start off with a new team member and you don't set them up for success. You don't give them the proper training, or you're always looking for that little thing that they could be doing wrong. Other ways that self-sabotage can show up is in your personal life. So things like exercise and diet. So do you say to yourself, I'm going to commit to doing 5 exercise sessions a week, but then once you do that, you really don't feel like doing it at all. So you don't, and then you feel like a failure. Are you given steps for a new eating plan for yourself? Or do you constantly move from fad diet to fad diet? And the eating restrictions that you place on yourself are so harsh that you crave so badly the foods that you've said you can't have that you end up having a big binge at the end. That's self-sabotage. Setting unrealistic expectations for yourself is self-sabotage. I myself am the one with the exercise. So if I tell myself how many sessions a week I have to do, I don't want to do any of them. However, and this is where our frame flip comes in, our positive mindset to help us move past sabotage. If I ask myself the question, how can I be at my optimal best, my peak performance? Then my brain will go searching for ways to help me achieve that. And I end up doing 4 or 5 training sessions in a week, and maybe even some yoga, and maybe even some meditation. So my tip for you today for overcoming self-sabotage is to actually train your brain to ask positive questions that will help you move past your self-sabotaging block. So if you're one of those people who is constantly looking for flaws in other people to prove yourself right, that people can't be trusted, that no one works as hard as you, then you need to flip that. How can I help this person succeed? How can I help my relationship flourish? Your brain will go searching naturally to solve those problems, to solve those questions for you, rather than be in a negative mindset, which only helps your brain try and seek the evidence for the train of thought that you have, which is all negative. So over to you now. Where are you self-sabotaging in your work life, with your business, with your friendships, with your partner, with your children? Try and flip those frames now. What questions can you ask yourself? How do I perform optimally? How can I make this relationship flourish? How can I help our new team member succeed? They're just a small handful of positive ways that you can change your mindset if you know that you are self-sabotaging. Now, if you're really struggling with something like this or anything to do with your auto repair shop, then I strongly encourage you to click the link, answer a few questions for us, and book in for a chat. We'll go over all the aspects of your business with you, find the issues, and then come up with a plan of how we can help you move past them. Have a great week.